What's up everybody, welcome back to Superpower Reviews. My name is Liam Smith. Today we got a very special Bombshell statue for you. This is the DC Collectibles Harley and Joker statue. Okay, so first thing, let's take a look at the box. Have a partial image of the statue on the front stating it is the DC Comics Bombshell Joker and Harley Quinn 2nd edition statue. This is a newer version of the original statue. Flipping around to the side of the box, have a artist rendering of the statue. The great thing about that is I believe the statue does look even better than the artist rendering, which sometimes that's not the case. That is the case in this one, because it was designed by Aunt Lucia and sculpted by Tim Miller, which DC Collectibles is also known for. And flipping around to the other side of the box, have the same image as on the front, a little bit closer. And flipping around to the back of the box, this is where you'll see a couple other statues in the Bombshell line that are available. They have Catwoman, which I hope to have up for review in the near future, as well as Cheetah. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the Joker and Harley Quinn Bombshell statue out of the box and take a closer look. So starting at the top of Harley, I love the dynamic pose they have. Here, of course, she's kissing Joker. You can see from the lipstick all over his face. Now, I really like what they did with Harley's face here. They gave her a very subtle look. Normally, when you think of Harley, she's usually over the top, kind of crazy, very expressive. But in this case, she's with him, she's kissing him, she's happy, content. The craziness is gone. And I love that they went with that idea, with even having the contrast where the Joker looks out of control. She looks in control, which it's usually the other way around if you're familiar with their backstory. Now looking at the paintwork on the face sculpt, of course they have the infamous white face on Harley. They've got a nice gloss on the red lips, and I like what they did with the eyes closed like I mentioned earlier. They have kind of a nice shade on the eyes, eyeliner around there done really well with the fine lines. Really great job on that. Now the sculpting on the hair itself was done really well. Unfortunately, I did have a problem with this statue with a broken tip on the ponytail right here. That is something I want to give you just a little bit of purchasing advice on. Be careful if you're buying statues at a con, like a Comic-Con or something like that. Make sure that you're actually getting an unopened statue. Unfortunately, I picked up this one at a convention and didn't realize until I got it home and opened it in the studio that it had previously been opened. The tape seal around the styrofoam was already cut open, the plastic was removed from the statue, and of course the tip was broken off the top of the hair. So you want to make sure you always open the box at the convention. I typically do that. I didn't for this one, and of course this is the result. And of course, because the Bombshell line is based on different time periods, you have Harley in her 40s or 50s nurse outfit, along with Joker in his sailor outfit, almost like a Navy outfit. He does have the hat as well, so it does look like the old school Navy uniform. And of course, the top of her hat, she has the Joker card stuck in there, nice little detail there. And speaking of details, look at the detail on the Joker card itself. For such a tiny piece, they got really fine details in there. I'm really impressed with how they did that. Now moving a little further down, speaking of fine details, her nurse ID badge, once again, very detailed. If you look closely, you can see the Medical Association symbol, Arkham Asylum, nurse, it says Harleen Quinzel, and it actually has a picture of her at the bottom in her regular Bombshell costume, which is a nice shout out to the other Bombshell version of Harley. Now moving down to the Joker, look at his head sculpt. Absolutely amazing. Every detail from the sculpting in the hair, the shading between the locks of the hair, the way his hair is kind of flying back. You can see they put them in a dynamic motion. Her ponytails are up in the air, her bangs are floating up, his hair is falling back because she was right in the moment of throwing him back at that point. And you can see that in the way they sculpted the movement into all the aspects of the statue. Once again, that is true attention to detail to put that type of movement in a static statue. Again, looking closer at the paint details there, the eyes themselves really impress me. They have a very bright green glow with the pupils perfectly placed. Everything looks lined up perfectly and straight. And they gave him almost a distraught look, like he was surprised by her doing this. And I kind of love that because, again, you don't typically see that with Joker. And moving further down, you do have his infamous flower and the orange tie to go with the purple suit. They kind of mixed the navy uniform with the classic Joker suit, and the mashup of both of them together was done perfectly. Moving a little further down, she does have the old school pleated skirt. Great job on the line sculpting on that. Then of course when they went down to her stockings, they went more traditional Harley with the black and red stockings. Now if we rotate around to this side of the statue, you see, once again, even though the nameplate is on the front of the statue, this is one of those statues that looks great from all angles. I really love the profile of Harley here. If you just look at her, the way she looks very calm looking at Joker. Again, not typical Harley, but I love the fact that they mixed it up a little bit like that. Moving a little further down on the Joker suit, he does have the, like I said, old school navy uniform. You can tell by the buttons on the front of the pants, the pinstripe down the side, but then as soon as you get down to the socks, you're right back to Joker again with the Argyle checkered style socks. So now if we flip around to the other side of the statue, once again you see more of the dynamic pose they put into this whole thing. The stance that they have Harley in, holding him up, is very realistic. I love the way they have her supporting him with her leg, the way he's just kind of falling back as if he was taken by surprise. Okay, so normally I would spend a little more time going over all the details of the statue, but I'm going to go ahead and just move in to the scanning around the statue, showing you all the close-ups, the different dynamic angles of this statue, just to give you an idea of how much detail is in this. That's really the best way, is to just look at the statue all the way around. If you're interested in picking up this statue, go ahead and click the link in the description below. That'll take you right to the best deal that I could find on this statue for you. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this review of the DC Collectibles Bombshell, Harley, and Joker statue. Go ahead and leave a comment below, let me know what you thought of this statue. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, that way you won't miss any of our upcoming content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.